For the past week, we've been road tripping around California, living in that van.
Looking like this. But now we're in Napa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
You look great.
Thank you, so
You
do
smell
you.
nice too.
I cannot believe that we are camping right down the street from all the wineries that we're visiting, just south of Calistoga in the Ritchie Creek Campground. It's only $35 a night to sleep here. This is Napa on a budget. Taking Pepper for a walk through this campground here this morning, we did meet some people in the area who have been evacuated from their homes due to the Napa fires here that just occurred 6 days ago. It seems like today is the first blue sky day that Napa has seen in about a week. And as some of you know, we do donate some of our ad revenue every month to an organization. But since we're here in California with the fires, we think it only appropriate to donate to, I'll put, whoever we decide on it after we're able to research when we get home here. This is actually the home of some people that have been evacuated, and I suppose just lucky to have a trailer if you don't have family close by.
On a much lighter note, this campground's really nice. The sites are really big. You're not exactly on top of each other like a few other places we've stayed. The toilets, flushable, not pit toilets. The showers, even cheaper than the ones in Tahoe, and they're warm water. So just like a really nice camping experience. So even though you're saving a few bucks instead of going to a hotel, if you're here and you're down with camping, it's a good camping experience. We pulled over to take some pictures over by the Napa sign with the van. Time kind of got away on us, and we realized that we were going into a wine tasting on an empty stomach. So with a quick rummage through the kitchen here, we found some cold cans of chili. So there is beautiful Finny just smashing cold chili.
Behind the Instagram. This episode brought to you by Amy's Chili.
Hold on, wait a second, take it slow. What are you doing to me? Hold on, wait a second, don't you know that you're always on my mind? All the time, you're always on my mind.
It's a castle. I didn't expect a castle. Well, I did because you told me, but that's sick. That's a more legit castle than when we visited castles in other countries.
Pepper, you want to go to Napa? Want to go? Let's go get her some wine.
Okay, sorry. Okay. I love dogs. Someday I will have time for it. Let's find you a nice table and get you tasting.
Wait a minute, can every castle tour be like that?
What's that?
You should just do like the Europe castle tours that are like 2 hours of all the history. You're just like, oh my gosh.
So it's 5 minutes and then
5 minutes full castle, and then you're just like, here, wine.
All right, let's grab a seat.
Well, that was great. The 60-second castle tour. I love it. We're celebrating this day in Napa in the most Italian way we thought possible, since we were scheduled to be in Tuscany right now. So I booked us at Castel Amorosa, and we're going to speak Italian all day. Right behind me you will see muralist Francisco.
That sounds more Russian.
That's all I got.
Sounds very Russian.
He is hand painting a mural on the wall in this castle at this moment. So let's just pretend that we're in Tuscany. We're Russians in Tuscany.
Maybe you can reset, and how would you order some water in Italy?
Un bicchiere di acqua.
Allora.
I was studying Italian before going to Italy, but when that trip got canceled, I kind of... Allora.
We'll of course be reviewing wines today using our expertise, but we are in a castle, so it's going to be on a curve.
Okay, Rosato. Cresta d'oro means crown of gold.
Oh, de oro.
It's
Don't-
En
Spanish.
español.
Just you're reaching. Just don't.
Allora.
This is amazing. This is a $100 bottle. It is a, well, it says a super Tuscan blend. It doesn't say what it has, but I remember he said Sangiovese,
Bellissima.
a Cabernet, and one other. Don't remember. More, please.
Single vineyard voyager like me, I'm a pirate.
And sometimes
Pirate
I
and
can
his
make
dragon. No dragon on the
Wine country
Sangiovese.
pirate.
one accent.
Barone is the king.
I just got to get that.
The king.
Bone-in ribeye steak, whiskey, peppercorn sauce, blue cheese, bacon burger. Prime rib on Christmas. This is our big bold cap.
Yeah.
Bellissimo.
Molto bene. Castello. Oh, how very royal.
That actor. And this is on video. What did you do to me? I'm gonna delete this.
We just finished up our tasting with Matt. If you could be so lucky as to have Matt bring plenty of banter, be ready with quick replies. I'm not, because I just drank a bunch of wine.
We were expecting a stuffy experience in Napa at a castle, but that was so fun and silly, and now we just have this very interesting perspective. Why do I Russian
This
every
is terrible.
time?
That was more like Transylvania. Just, you need to reset and say, molto bene, allora, it's not a sing, a song.
Bicchiere di acqua.
There you go.
Well, interestingly enough, Tim just said it to me perfectly that this actually isn't tacky, it's beautiful, and it was really all handmade by Stone in the early 2000s. And since we couldn't be in Tuscany this summer, this is helping having a nice day that feels like Tuscany. And this is, I don't know if it's touristy or what it is, but it's certainly an experience. And since we were only going to go to one tasting room today, it's nice to spend another hour just walking around the grounds.
just to elaborate on that a little bit, Finney said, you know, we're gonna go drink wine in a castle, and I'm picturing like medieval times or waiting in line at Disneyland where, you know, it's all like foam sprayed, pretend stuff. This is really cool. Just, it's really well put together, and it feels like a little vacation. This is legit torture stuff. No, it's to raise the gate. I thought it was like a...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a portcullis. There's a word for you behind that. Oh, I bet that stuff works too. It's cool. Oh, I thought I could get up there. I thought it was gonna be like a tight little spiral tips. Do you want to take a picture of Pepper somewhere small?
Maybe looking out the window?
Pepper, okay.
I guard the castle.
Look, castle, looking.
Will you fix her ears?
Pepper, can we get a cute ears?
Okay.
Oh, smart.
Guard your vineyard.
What do you do if you look out or you're
You
coming
saw a
towards the
little-
castle and
a
there's a
little
little
dog,
dog being like,
Right, so why a castle, and is this just kind of like a Disney World touristy thing for coming to Napa? The very popular winery Visa Tui, which is in the Napa region, became so profitable that the owner decided to build a castle just as a fan of castles to live here, then ended up turning it into another winery. But this entire castle, which I forget is acres in size, over 100 rooms, is all built actually like a castle in the medieval times, and it was only just completed in the early 2000s. So he had people from all over the world coming in and hand building this castle, hand carving every stone. They didn't even use cement in the grout. It's like sand and other elements to use, since that's what they would have used in the times. So I think that really comes through of why Tim and I have been saying, no, this really feels not tacky and like a legitimate experience, because it took 30 years to build and it looks like that.
Arrivederci.
Grazie.
Molto bene. Allora,
Arrivederci.
back door. But it's not what you're made for, and there's nothing that is too late for. Out of the cold into my warm hand, in the sun. It's already begun. You are my one. With a simple mind, we should find some more time. We don't need to worry at all.
Napa on a budget, you can only do 2 an extent. It's hard to squeeze in more than maybe like 3 in a day. That would be a lot. 2 would definitely fill up your day, and we opted on this budget day for just 1 tasting, and then in Yountville, all of the parks are alcohol permitted. So we grabbed a 25% off bottle in the gift shop after our tasting at the castle, brought it to the park where we're kind of doing a DIY charcuterie board, And if that's a little fancy for your taste, there's also an A&W root beer right in town. You can grab some French fries on your
they
way.
make really good French fries. Come on. And when do you find an A&W? So nice.
And since our tasting was early afternoon, that gave us some time to just kind of relax here in the middle before reservations in Napa Valley. And before I take you to dinner, I recommend that wherever you're eating, make a reservation for dinner in Napa.
Something that is not part of our Napa on a budget is this. Today, I've never experienced this before and I fell for the biggest tourist gimmick ever, but I got to drink red wine poured out of a dragon head and I thought it had never tasted so good. So check this out. The rest of my days, I will only drink wine poured from the mouth of a dragon.
Why don't you put the dragon into what we're going to be drinking here?
Do you want to do this or the rosé?
I would prefer the rosé, but
Okay,
we can open
this is
both if you
it.
want.
The opener's over there.
It's a twist.
Was it?
It's a twisty twist,
Oh, perfect.
which was part of the plan for the picnic. That's the fire-breathing dragon.
It's more intense when it's a red. It looks like it's like
Yeah.
blood.
Well, that's our plastic coffee mug.
It just looks like it's throwing up. That is so awesome.
That's funny.
Can we stay here for a week or so? Just watch the corn grow in the fields. I don't know what's on your mind, but I know that it's something about you and me. I'll stay here for as long as I can, through the storms and through the calm. When you smile at me, I slowly begin to realize that you are the one.
The kid dog.
Oh my gosh. Eating olives under an olive tree seems like my dream.
You can plant an olive tree in Florida. It might take a while.
Wow.
Finny really liked the succulent here, so to just really make dinner pop, she has the succulent and a picture of the succulent. Just overwhelmed with these.
Yeah, we're moving on. Yeah, we're moving on.
Keeping on our Italian trend, we're going with another Sangiovese, some olives and grilled artichoke and a margarita pizza under an olive tree. It's not Tuscany, but it is as close to Tuscany as we could be.
I need a scooter.
Oh yeah, what are those called? A Vespa, we need a Vespa. Wait, is it the top or the bottom? Certainly in Napa is the time to enjoy as much wine as possible, and we're enjoying a port, and we're laughing because the last time either of us had a port was in first class on this random lucky circumstance that we got back from Tokyo on our first trip around the world. So I will link that video below, which very few of you have seen, but that was the first time I had port. Good morning. We are over on the Sonoma side now. So after dinner last night, we drove in the dark over to Sonoma and up into Sugarloaf State Park, which another $35 a night state park. The downside in a place where you want to like go out to dinner and be out later is you are driving in the dark, and then this is kind of up a mountain. So we saw some wildlife last night. It was kind of creepy coming in. But if you think about it, if you're doing Napa or Sonoma on a budget, then this essentially paid for dinner, because there's, I think, like an Embassy Suites in town and a couple other more budget hotels, like more boutique, that are, let's call it $120 to $160 a night. And that essentially paid for our dinner last night, in combination with, you know, the fact that this is $35 with a $7 fee, so this is more like $42. So we're not doing Sonoma. We're only in this region for 2 days, so we're just sticking over on the Napa side, despite the fact that we're sleeping here tonight. It was all about finding availability. But today is going to be so exciting because we are meeting up with another couple. But we met this couple just basically like commenting on our YouTube videos, and then we got to chat further in detail over on Patreon, and we've just been like chatting so much about travel. Then when we sent an email, so if you're not on our email list, you can, there's a link below, you can subscribe. We said, hey, we're coming out to California to do this road trip. Does anyone have any recommendations? And then this couple said, oh my gosh, you know, we live here in Sonoma, so we're going to 2 of their favorite wineries today. So it's gonna be much different than the whole like touristy castle thing yesterday. These may be like a little bit smaller and then have that kind of local feel of the fact that they actually know what to do here. So very excited for the complete opposite experience in Napa. Look at
Then you can get a pumpkin. Maybe not a pumpkin.
maybe we need a pumpkin.
Park.
Oh, look how cool.
Oh my goodness. What?
Oh, this is where we're going. Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
Oh, I was just filming it like just because it was pretty. Oh, wow, cool.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, it is smokier today, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I get in a trip video, I wouldn't mind either.
Okay, wave.
Thank you.
What are your notes?
My notes?
Spicy? It's a little spicy.
It is spicy. I get some pepper, but
Pepper.
it's very fruit forward actually, but not sweet. That's what I like about this.
This is the Zinfandel.
Yeah, this is an Old Vine Zin.
Jessica, your notes?
It's a little spicier than I like, but I still like it.
The nose.
I like this one.
I think I like the Zinfandel at the other place a little bit better.
This one is a little bit more,
Like this.
has more of a bite than the other one. The other one's
Yeah.
a little smoother.
Oh, maybe that was the one that he had open.
Yeah, I feel like if this opened
we
up
had
for a
the
day, it would be
other
really
two.
good.
Yeah.
It's the peak of Mount Veeder in October. We're harvesting grapes. They're heavy with sugars. The nose place. That's all I got.
That's just that's a quote from Ocean's 11.
People don't know that. But this
I'll
is
have
a real
12
nose.
comments that say this is the quote from Ocean's 11.
No, wait. It might be
Ocean's
Ocean's
12.
12. It might be
Oh, okay.
Ocean's 12. There's no wrong answers here. Is the beauty of wine tasting. I did want to just address quickly if you are trying to do Napa on a budget. There's such a wide range of tasting prices, and it's due to the brand, it's due to the different types of wine, and really just even the trendiness of the actual winery or vineyard. So some of the tastings can be as high as $250 just for the tasting. But there's smaller wineries that offer tastings for $20. So you will need a reservation at just about any place, but that doesn't necessarily mean that one place might be expensive. So if you're on a budget, you can check out Napa tastings for maybe more around $20 a person, and you might just be at more smaller establishments, which the benefit there is you have a much more intimate experience. You can probably hang out for longer and enjoy a more conversational approach, learning about the wines at that specific location.